Test Drive with Graham Fletcher.
This is the start-finish line for the Toronto Indy, a very appropriate place to open this week's test drive as we look at the 1993 Chevrolet Camaro. Now the Camaro will be this year's Indianapolis 500 pace car. That marks the 9th time for Chevrolet and the 4th time that the Camaro nameplate will lead the race cars around the Brickyard.
The 93 Camaro is totally new from the ground up with vast improvements in every area. The LT1 engine found in the Z28 originally debuted in the 92 Corvette. The differences between the original and the one in our tester are minimal. Power is rated at 325 pounds-feet of torque and 275 horsepower. That is an increase of 30 horses over last year's Camaro. Several important factors account for the increase: a revised cam profile, free flow heads, high compression ratio pistons and computer-controlled timing, to name but a few. Crank up this fire breather and you're in for some serious fun. On the skid pad we clocked the 0 to 100k time at just 5.3 seconds and completed the quarter mile in 14 seconds with a terminal speed of 100 miles an hour. Now that is quick.
This Camaro has been fantastic through the pylon test. In fact, I've been cowboying it a bit and almost forgot what we were supposed to be doing. But that aside, the one thing you notice about this thing, it is a very powerful car, meaning you can induce oversteer anytime you want. But unlike some cars, this thing is not at all vicious. In actual fact, it's quite quiet and benign and very forgiving.
When the engine truly comes on cam, which is somewhere around 2000 RPM, the sensation is somewhat like that experienced in an aeroplane as it takes off. The adrenaline rush has to be experienced. Thus far into our long-term test, fuel economy is running at an average of 22 miles per gallon or 12.8 litres per 100 kilometres. Stopping power is provided by a four-wheel ventilated disc brake setup that features GM's award-winning ABS-6 anti-lock brake system. During the brake test we required 112 feet to stop from 80k. The item worthy of note is that the ABS-6 system offers the same kind of brake performance and stability that many expensive cars boast, but at a fraction of the cost.
Connoisseurs of the Camaro nameplate will remember the LT1 engine designation from the 1970 Camaro. This 1993 Z28 comes equipped with the second generation of that engine. Now, as you can hear from this gorgeous exhaust note, it delivers everything it promises, and that is power and performance beyond belief.
The suspension design is totally new this year. Up front is an independent short long-arm design with gas shocks and anti-roll bar, while the rear is a multi-link setup with roll bar and a torque arm. This new arrangement betters the old system in every area, including ride comfort. The other thing that improves things immensely is the rack and pinion power steering. Control, on-center feel are vastly improved, as is the feedback when compared to the old recirculating ball steering box used in the past. Now when you factor in all these improvements and the Mammoth P245/50 Z-rated tyres, the trip through the pylon test was a memorable one to say the least. As actions speak louder than words, I'll let the car do the talking.
Combined with the LT1 engine is a slick shifting 6-speed manual transmission. Now this thing is fully synchronized, including reverse gear. Add to that a very nice light progressive clutch and you have a drivetrain setup that is second to none and makes a very powerful car surprisingly untemperamental.
Inside, the new Z28 comes fully loaded. The power mirrors, locks and windows are neatly grouped together by the door handle. The front seats are 6-way power affairs that are both comfortable and heavily contoured, which is just as well given the performance. There is a great sounding Delco Bose system and air conditioning. Both the radio and climate controls are a piece of cake to operate thanks to their logical design. On the subject of the climate controls, the air conditioning system uses environmentally friendly R134A refrigerant rather than Freon. This is the first GM car to adopt this non-CFC substitute. The dash is analog in design and complete in every respect. All information can be gleaned at a glance, which is a good idea given the punch the car packs. Lastly, and by no means least, the Camaro is the first Chevrolet to offer airbags for both driver and passenger. The trunk is limited, consisting of a black hole that comes with a privacy cover. If you want more room, the rear seat folds down, improving things immensely. The drawback being that now you can only carry 2 people.
Summing up, the Z28 is very easy indeed. It's incredibly fast, it's very agile, and a great deal of fun to drive. Most importantly though, it's very affordable. The way this car comes equipped at $23,700, that makes it a deal and a half and one of the best bangs for your buck around.